In 2016, I decided to move my woodworking business in hopes of growing it into something bigger. Now, only a few years later, people all over the Nashville area are inviting me into their homes to help create unique, one-of-a-kind pieces and make their dreams a reality. So follow along as I take you behind the scenes and show you what it takes to create these custom built-ins.
This project is pretty awesome and it comes at a great time. If you've been watching my YouTube channel, I haven't put a lot out in the past couple of months, and that is because I got mono as an adult, which apparently is a thing. So the past 2 months of my life have been dealing with that while trying to keep a business running and trying to get caught up with the final projects from last year. So things are nuts, but I talk about all of that in my update. This project is already moving along. I've got the upper shelving units built. I just need to drill holes. I've also got the lower boxes ready to go. I've got the shelves made and edge banded. I still have to drill holes in those, and I have to adjust the size of the drawers a little bit, but I've got the soft close hardware already installed. The drawers are pretty much the right size. Everything needs to be sanded and cleaned up, and the outside needs to be primed, but it's looking good so far. I'm pretty happy with the progress that has been made. I've got shelves to work on today. I've got doors back here that are glued up and ready to be sanded, and those will be ready to go ASAP. So that's all I've got on the docket for today. But before I work on any of that, one of the things I need to do today is get this desktop built so I can get it stained and start the polyurethane process. The client changed it from having 3 separate heights, or 2 here and 1 dropped in the middle, to doing everything one height, everything one color, which is cool, but it's a little more challenging than I expected when I first quoted the project. So I'm gonna do what I did this summer, and I'm going to take some plywood, cut a pattern, and do a cladding so I can make myself a nice 12-foot long top that is one solid piece and looks amazing, but I don't have to worry about it being like a giant piece of plywood or like being stitched together in a weird way. It's gonna have one piece of MDF underneath that's 2 pieces glued together. Then it's gonna have the top pieces cladded onto it, and it's gonna be awesome. So that's goal number 1 for today, along with the shelves for this unit and all the other small things I need to get done today. And then once that's done, I can start install on this. The best part about this project is that the client is currently waiting and thinking about adding on more. So I sent them a quote last night for an additional laundry room, an additional entertainment center upstairs, and possibly even an additional dry bar down in their basement. So this client's been waiting for a while because they wanted to add on new things, so I pushed them back a couple of times, which helped me out because it let me get to some of the projects that really needed to be gotten to, but it also helps them out because now I have a little bit of extra time to get these extra projects done while I'm working on these projects. Plus, I'm getting used to working in this shop and things are moving a lot faster. Stop it. Put the water bottle down. So hopefully I'll be getting a deposit today for a bunch of new projects to be added onto this one, which would be great because I'm still playing catch up, and so I'd like to go ahead and get these knocked out, get them done, and make some money, and then go on to the next project. Oh, it's gonna be a busy day. Now that I've got all of the pieces ready for the large built-in that's going in the living room, I am going to sit down and do all the other stuff because I just got the deposit from the client to continue doing There's an upstairs built-in that I'm gonna work on, and then also their laundry room. So I got the deposits, I got the supplies. It is a horribly crazy, nasty, rainy, cold day today, so I'm going to live here in the shop and get all of these cuts made and all that. But first, I have to plan it out. After that, gotta make all my cuts. I'll probably go ahead and start putting stuff together. It's gonna be a long day, but I enjoy it. Interruption from last week. I got everything started and was doing really well, and then my entire family got whatever stomach bug is going around right now, and we got the crazy rain that just swept through Texas and all the way up into Northeast, Midwest, and all of the United States. So it's been wet, it's been cold, it's been vomitous in my house, and I am just now getting back to work. So today, I got all of the wood and lumber for the doors. I have got the MDF pieces and everything else that I need. Plus, all of my stuff is cut and prepared, which I did actually get that done, luckily, right before everything happened. So this weekend, specifically today, my plan is to get the doors measured, cut, and built, continue on the install in the living room. I'm also gonna do the mantle main piece here at the shop, and then finish it, stain it, and take it and install it as one of the final steps. So hopefully I can get back on track with all of that while trying to get ahead, or at least back on track with the other stuff like the laundry room and the upstairs stuff. So, but I got a lot of LEDs, I got a lot of wiring, and all that stuff has been done and prepared. Everything's here, so I'm happy and excited, and I'm getting to work. into the final phase of this project, which is pretty exciting. I get to spend a little bit of time here in the shop, which will be nice, but I still have a lot of work to do at the client's house on the project. The last thing I have to do is build these benches for underneath the window. They're just very simple farmhouse benches with a tapered leg. It's going to be painted white to match everything with a dark top that matches the desks, so it'll all coordinate and look pretty awesome. The fun part is that I get to build it off from raw, rough cut poplar lumber, which I super love doing because I get to start with this and turn it into something else awesome. So one of my favorite parts about woodworking. So with as much work as I've got to do for these two simple benches, it will probably take me all day. I've also got some polyurethane and priming and stuff to do. And if I happen to have any time left, I'm gonna go to the client's house and start on the face framing, but most likely I won't get back to that until tomorrow. I am almost done with this project and I am very, very excited to see all of the final products. And just like that, y'all, I am done. This project turned out really awesome, and I'm really, really excited about it. When we first started, it was just gonna be the living room, and we were gonna do this big like desk piece on one side and some big built-ins on the other side. And then they decided to nix that whole idea and just do benches and shiplap and a new mantle. So it was fun when it started, and it turned out awesome in the end as well, just a completely different design from what we went with like 6 months ago when I booked her. They also added on an upstairs entertainment center for the kids, and we decided to go ahead and go into their laundry room, which we had talked about before, but they decided not to do. But now, since I'm here, we went ahead and just did it, and it looks awesome. It's a big mudroom space next to the units that they have with some extra, shelving and cubbies and all sorts of things. They've got laundry basket cubbies on the one side, so it turned out super awesome, and I'm super proud of this laundry room as well. I do want to give a shout out to Brad Rodriguez of Fix This, Build That. I have seen the technique that I used for my mantle multiple times. I've actually done it before in the past for other like floating shelves and things, but I stopped doing it because I just wasn't good at it. But as I was getting ready to do this mantle, I saw his technique again on Instagram where you cut a 45-degree angle on all of your angles, tape your boxes together, put the glue on, put them together, brace them, glue them. It looks great in the end. Mine weren't as smooth and pretty as his were, but that's because I'm not super good at this technique. But I just wanted to give a shout out to Brad Rodriguez of Fix This Build That, because that was my inspiration for doing the box for the mantle this way, and I think it turned out really nice. Probably something I'll be doing again in the future. I just have to get a little better at it. But with all that being said, let's check out how these projects turned out. So thanks again for watching, y'all. Hey, if you like what you see here, check out my Instagram.